feel like more than ever, we're reminded of like the fragility of life and marriage and the intentionality we have to have as followers of Jesus or people who are, if people out there don't have a faith or something they're holding on to. For us, there's been just some core things that have helped us stay the course through the unexpected in 20 years and also just celebrate the big wins.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Something New Show. We are very excited today because we are celebrating our 100th episode on the same day as we're celebrating our 20th anniversary. Happy anniversary, Jordan.
Happy anniversary, Mandy. It's a big day.
It's a big day.
Pretty amazing.
So we are sitting in a different location. Tell us where we are.
Yeah, so we are in our home in Mindy's office, or we call it our hearth room. And as we've had more and more conversations on this show about intentional marriage, intentional parenting, we're like, we need to actually move this conversation in the show into our home. So
Yeah,
here we
so
are.
here we are, and we are just so thankful for you guys. Honestly, we're thankful to be already 100 episodes in. And what did you say? Most podcasts?
Yeah, we've had a couple of people with huge podcasts, huge YouTube channels. They're like, guys, just by doing 100 episodes, you were like in the top 6% of podcasts in the history of all time.
That's amazing.
So congrats to you, babe. You know, it's been amazing work with you and our team, but I love it that we're here at 100 episodes. We stayed the course. We had a great break for summer on purpose to connect really well with our kids, to make some incredible experiences as a family. But we're
But
back
also
at it.
to look
Yeah.
at all the details about like who are we serving.
Yeah.
So we've really dialed in like this show has been primarily serving dual income parents and couples that are raising kids with faith on purpose.
Yep.
And so we're here at our home too to kind of signify a new beginning, something new, and we really want the next focus of the years to come on this show to be about how do you stay married well and how do you raise kids well in that season. So I just reflect back. I had so many fun conversations about entrepreneurship and things like that. And one of my favorite episodes that I think about is the one with Bear, my oldest son. And we talked about how is it impacting him and how does he feel as a child of working parents. And that was one of my favorite episodes. And if you're a working mom, I would really encourage you to go back and listen to that one because I think it'll help you feel a little bit better about the impacts of you working and how you can still have a great relationship with your kids as a working mom. But what's one of your
Yeah.
favorite episodes?
Well, I'll say real quick with Barrett too. He surprised me with some of the things he said very candidly of like what means a lot to him as a teenager of working
Correct.
parents.
Super
And
raw.
so check out that episode. I think you'll find some really cool insights from his perspective and his age at that time. Yeah, I really love an episode I got to do on 10 ways to show your wife you love her. We've got incredible feedback and a ton of views on that episode because it just resonates with other guys and with other marriages and families because they're practical tips on how to show your wife you love her, like making sure her car gas tank is full and some other proactive things you can do to help your wife be supported, be fueled, be ready to tackle the day. And
Correct.
so that's one of my favorites. It's just been fun to be a part of that. You're also going to do one coming up in the future near Valentine's Day on 10 ways to show your wife, excuse me, to show your husband that you love them. And so we just love the positive feedback you guys have shared on content like that.
So, if you're married and you have friends that are also in that same season, we would love for you to encourage them to follow along on our show, to subscribe. And the more subscribers we get, the better we can really serve you. So, we're trying to come out with so many more resources this year and just continue the conversation. Because honestly, Jordan, when we were young, married, both working, starting to have kids, and even today, I don't know that many places that you can go and say, hey, who are some people that are people of faith, but both the parents work and they're raising kids at the same time?
Hmm.
And how do you do that really practically and intentionally? So we want to be those people for couples. If they are wondering, how does this look? And one of us isn't a stay at home parent, like, how do you actually do it? And what are the practical ways to solve those problems? So that's really what the show is primarily going to focus on going forward. That's why we're in the home right now. So definitely share. We are excited about what's ahead. We have a lot of just very intentional things on our heart that we want to do with you guys. So stay tuned for all of that to come. But these episodes are going to be now in the home.
Yeah,
So,
love it.
anyways, let's
Well,
celebrate our 20 years.
yeah. So again, congrats to you. I am so pumped to be here at the 20-year mark with you. We got to celebrate a little bit earlier this summer while our kids were at camp. But you look back, it's amazing. It's 2 decades.
So fast.
Um,
It went by so fast.
yeah. So we had an incredible wedding here in Colorado Springs 20 years ago. Um, special as could be. Like some of our closest friends and family and folks came from all around. And so I think we've done a lot of reflection this summer of like, wow, like you get to the 2 decade mark. Like, what are some of the things that have helped us stay the course?
Mhm.
Because when we look at it, early on, bluntly, we saw some marriages unfortunately fall apart. Like in our early 3 years, 4 years or so of like doing life with other couples, and that was heartbreaking. And then on the other hand, honestly, in the last like 100 days or so, we've had a couple of things like surprise us, and with other relationships and folks that we know. And so I feel like more than ever, we're reminded of like the fragility of life and marriage, and the intentionality we have to have as followers of Jesus, or people who are, if people out there don't have a faith or something they're holding on to. For us, there's been just some core things that have helped us stay the course through the unexpected in 20 years, and also just celebrate the big wins in 20 years. So there's three big things that have remained core for us. And I want you to speak into this: is our faith, the topic, or the intentional way of living in co-leadership, which we have a whole episode on, and then shared purpose. So those are a couple of things we want to unpack for everybody briefly here. But what would you share with that?
Well,
As you
I
look
want
back.
to just go back to something you said, that just even in this 20th year of marriage, we've had a lot of friends all around the country struggling in their marriages. Separation, divorce is like happening. I mean, we're talking to our kids about it. There's families that we love so much, and it's really hard to watch. But I think what has ignited as we reflected this summer in our hearts is like this is a need more than ever
Yeah,
to come alongside and support marriages, because the family unit is honestly so important. That's our number one goal, is to keep our family healthy. And then if we're good in our family, then we can go out and be a blessing to our communities and serve. But first we got to keep our ducks in a row at home.
yeah,
And so I just think, oh man, what if these friends of ours, what if they would have had the support they needed, or what if they would have had the habits that we knew about that kept us from going astray, or kept
yeah,
us from falling off the wagon of our friendship and our relationship. So I would just say this show has so much more purpose because we believe marriage is worth fighting for.
yeah, for
So
sure.
we're here for it. We're in the fight with you. We're literally trying to do these habits ourselves. But to your point, faith, co leadership, and common purpose has been our resolve. I would say when we sat down and celebrated our anniversary this summer, it's like, what's been the main thing that connected us? Well, I would just say through every hardship, it's been our faith.
Yeah,
We've been able to say, okay, what does our faith say in troubled times? And many people listening know we're Christian people. We read the Bible, and honestly, it's an anchor to our soul. And so we have obviously been through hard times just like anybody else has, but it has always grounded us to come back to, well, what does God say in his word, and how are we going to get through this? And this isn't your fault or my fault. It's not happening because of us, is happening to us, and we got to figure out our way out of it. And it's just made our faith stronger. And honestly, part of our faith requires a lot of forgiveness.
hmm,
And when you're married to someone and you don't operate from the standpoint that you forgive others, and that's a huge cornerstone of Christianity, is forgiveness. I'm like, how do you stay married? How
yeah,
do you stay married? Like, if you can't forgive that person, oh my goodness, or be forgiven. Like there's a reciprocity there that is intentional. And so I'm just saying our faith has provided forgiveness, grace, love, and also hope in hard times.
yeah.
The co leaders,
Because
oh, go ahead.
and on that, like literally in the last 48 hours, I was thinking about this, and we were living it out. Let's just be really clear here. Like, marriage is so wild because you can feel so attracted and so excited about someone in your life, and in the same 4 hour segment, be utterly frustrated and like really upset. And I've learned this saying this summer, that I've told myself or even said to the kids at times of like, I don't like the way I'm acting right now or behaving right now. I think I need to step away. And so I just want to be
I've
really
told you
clear.
to step away
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. So we just want to be really clear with everybody. Like, we get it. Like, we know the
100%.
emotions and the roller coaster of being a
Really
husband
mad,
or a
really
wife.
sad, really
It is
anything.
very real for everyone, no matter what seat they are on the bus. And so the more we've gotten to know high capacity couples or incredible people, like from the outside, it may seem like, oh, like they have it all together. Everyone has emotions. Everyone has this same thing to how do we help cultivate like a culture and core things that help us live beyond the way we feel, and really hold on to things that are true. So that, again, that's why we bring
Yeah.
some of this up, because everybody's going to have their moments.
So, second thing was co-leadership. And like you said, there's an episode on it. I won't spend long on it, but really, we believe God's the head of our household. And then together, you and I only make decisions if we're in unity. It's not like, oh, because he said or because she said. We really make decisions together. And that has saved us so many times
Yeah.
from going off the rails and blaming each other or saying that was your fault. So we now can always circle back and be like, oh, well, we made that decision together. So it's not anyone's fault. Let's just deal with the mess now.
Yep.
So co-leadership, huge. And honestly, having our kids see us both on the same team too. It's not like, oh, go to dad for a yes and mom said no.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
like, no, we're unified in our decisions, so they know they can't break us down. Like we're together.
Yeah, and I want to
Um,
be really clear as we share this with other people. A lot of people are like, oh, well, the guy has this role and the lady has that role. Like there are God-given designs or things where He wants men and husbands to take the lead in certain aspects in the household. Okay, we're not saying those dissolve or go away.
right.
Like there are certain things you want me to do, right?
Yeah.
To like to take the lead and take and carry that weight. But check out the other episode. We dive into it a lot more on how we figured out how to make decisions better together, how to help celebrate each other's God given gifts to lead. Even today, like you're on fire this morning leading a team meeting. You've been up and at it. And I was telling the kids the other day, we were looking at end of last month, Proverbs 31. I was like, do you see these things? I was talking with Brody, our son. I was like, mom displays so many of these things. Like she gets up early, she makes it happen. And today was just another day to honor you, where like you
Wow.
were like leaning into stuff and leading in just such an incredible, awe-inspiring way. Well, we want to continue to live out how do we celebrate that together and help other people understand that. And so the co-leadership approach has just really been a big win for us. And I'll share, first 5 years of our marriage, we weren't equipped with this. And we had so many like headbutting struggles and other things where we're like, ugh, there's just like a grind.
We're
And then
both
we're
strong personalities.
absolutely, yeah. And then the other 15 since, I'm grateful to God we've been able to do so much, create
So
so
many better
much,
years.
like
Yeah.
parent better because of having that in our tool belt.
Okay. And the third thing is common purpose. So I think that you and I are on the same mission and just happen to be on the earth at the same time with that same mission and are lucky enough to be married to each other and kind of powering up together to go on that mission. But we really know as a family what our mission is. We talk about it. We try to exemplify it with how we spend our time during the week and how we spend our money and resources. And so I think you and I just really being honest with each other on dreams and passions and things we enjoy and allowing time and space to like see how that fits into our big mission
Yeah,
and then being intentional with how we live it out is helping us decide things like let's do a podcast about marriage like that's part of our mission. And so we would have chosen to just do other fun activities if we had not sat down and had good dialogue about what are we on earth for? What's
yeah,
our mission? How, and like for me, one of my missions that I appreciate you supporting is to mentor and coach business owners. One of my favorite groups of people to be around are all those business owners that I get to coach. And I just light up. I have so much passion to support them. But like it wouldn't be possible if you didn't see that in me and go like I see how that aligns with our mission and vice versa. Like you have so many passions. You're an incredible public speaker. You've done community development for nonprofits for years. Like you have so much in you too. And I give you space to explore those things and enjoy those things or go hunting with the guys,
that's
our
right.
boys. And I know that that's important to you. And it's like us saying together, how do we make sure we're both going to accomplish what we're on earth for?
Yeah.
And then making time and space with our resources and our money. And so I think that's been a huge thing. This episode is sponsored by Something Blue 30A. Looking for the perfect vacation spot to disconnect from everything, put your feet in the softest sand, and enjoy a fresh, renovated 2-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhouse right on the beach in my favorite place in the world? Well, 30A is situated in the panhandle of Florida, and I'd love for you to check out Something Blue 30A on Instagram and make it the perfect place for your next vacation.
If we just make it about ourselves or this trip or this house or this car or other things, and we don't have super fancy cars to be really clear.
Yeah,
Like we are learning and living it out more and more. Like when we make it about others, then it's so much more fulfilling. We've talked
it's
about that on the
so
show,
fulfilling.
because there's too many people where they're like, I'm going to accomplish this, that, or another and get this, and then things are going to be okay. And it's not.
Right.
And so even this summer, just a really quick reflection, like we hosted a couple of different intentional fun, good, clean, fun parties for like our son and other teenagers here. And that was part of our heart with it. We're like, let's have a common purpose and like making great moments and things for others, like having 85 teenagers or families and people out here for 4th of July and a hoedown that we did and other things. It's moments like that where I'm like, this place is home. Like why we're here isn't just about us. And those moments and those evenings are so fulfilling.
Yeah.
So that common
But
purpose has been a big thing for
and
us.
you know what carries us is like, okay, prepping for that party was exhausting, right?
Yeah,
Cleaning up after the party was exhausting because we were slipping it into our regular everyday living. But because we were both, we knew the mission, we knew the why we were opening our home for things.
yeah,
This even doing a podcast 100 times, like there were days we did recordings that I didn't feel like being in the
for
studio
sure.
and I didn't feel like, interviewing someone. I had a headache or whatever else, but we just persevered because we're like, we're on a
Yeah,
mission. There's a purpose behind what we're doing. And so I would just say get aligned with what you guys have a purpose for. And it doesn't have to be the same, like, meaning like, I don't have to have the same career as my husband. But if we're both saying, hey, this is how we want to spend our time, and these are our career goals, but these are also our mission on earth goals,
yeah,
which is spreading the gospel and being a light or
yeah.
whatever.
Well, we've talked to real quick because we got to bring it. We talk about hope is like our family's key word.
It's our family
We have a
keyword.
whole other episode about that as well too. But if somebody's watching, they haven't dove into this stuff or just taken the time to implement, I would tell them like write down 1, 2, or 3 key things for your marriage, even if it's just like big idea words. Start there, right? But then they can go deeper because then it makes it like you're saying anchors to hold on to. And real quick, I just shared this with like 7th and 8th grade footballers that I'm helping coach here with our son's tackle football team. But I told them, I'm like, hey, we have an exciting season ahead. It's going to be fun. We're going to practice a lot. We have some games. But I want you to write down like 3 goals that you have for yourself this season because you know what? You're going to show up some days and you're not going to feel like being here. And I looked at the other coaches who are great men. And I was like, we're going to have some days, right, guys, where we're not going to feel like being here. But if we have core things, just like we're talking about here, that helps us push through our feelings and stay on track and stay the course, right? And so
Yeah.
again, these are 3 big ideas that have helped us in 20 years, and we're just looking back and celebrating and humbled and grateful that faith, co-leadership, and shared purpose have really been some anchors for us.
And I think I really want to do an episode about some things we decided when we were newlyweds that we were going to do, some habits that we were going to
Yeah.
do to prevent having, I'll just be blunt, having an affair.
Hmm.
Um, there's a lot of things that we do that people probably don't notice or even think about. But I was so thankful for you because one of the first early conversations of our marriage, I remember being a newlywed, and you said to me, I don't ever want to have an affair. And I was like, great. I don't either. But the thing like this just it didn't even come to my mind that that would even be a potential situation. But then now that I can look back over 20 years and so many hundreds of couples that we know have had affairs. Like I mean, it's like very normal. And that's sad to say, but my point is I would love to do an episode
Yeah.
where we could show them like everything we decided to do to prevent any crack of a door open to possibly lead to an unhealthy relationship with somebody of, you know,
Yeah.
that's not your wife or
Because
husband.
our lives right now, or wherever someone is in life, is a result or the fruit of thousands of decisions that they've made.
Thousands of little baby decisions.
Our
Yeah.
physical health, our spiritual, our mental, our emotional health. It's a compilation of so many things,
Yeah.
over many years. So yeah, we'll definitely do that. And we're grateful. We're humbled. We know like it takes day by day, intentionality and decision making.
But the
Yeah,
confidence that I feel and
yeah,
that you feel is just incredible, to be honest. Like the confidence that we have just to 100% trust. Like I don't even worry.
yeah,
I have an attractive husband. I travel and I never even worry. Like I just it's not even on my radar that that would be a choice you'd make because of all the little choices that we have set as guardrails to prevent something like that from taking place. So I would love for everybody to have that kind of
yeah,
confidence in their relationship. But it takes both of you kind of deciding to follow some of the guardrails that we've chosen. And we'll just do an episode. Okay,
yeah.
let's jump into really quick what is happening right now. If we were to say in this little snapshot of time, 20 years married, currently our kids, we have a 15-year-old almost driving, we have a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old, and an 8-year-old. They're all in school, most traditional type of schooling, like it's not homeschool or anything, traditional hours. They're all in sports or a hobby during the school year. Summer's busy because they're in activities in the summer. We both work full time, run 4 businesses. Um, we have a large staff. We have a lot of awesome coaching clients that we get to encourage and cheer for. And we're involved in our church here in town. If we're in town, we always go on Friday nights. We volunteer with our favorite nonprofit, Lighthouse Family Retreats. And
We also lead the Something New Foundation.
we have a
Yeah, which
foundation, a
gives
nonprofit.
scholarships and others to brides. So plenty going on. I tell people we're not bored in watching Netflix. I haven't seen a lot of series or
I
things
know, I was going to
lately.
say, I really couldn't tell you what's on TV because we just are in this season. And, I think your 30s, 40s, and 50s are really your season to like just produce, like go and create and make an impact with your skills. And so I would say we're in that season. And I'm sure many of you guys are in that season too. But we're doing it all while raising four awesome people
Yeah.
that are our priority. It is having to be really creative on how we spend time or allocate when we work and how we work. But I would just say to people listening, it's like, hey, we do a lot of habits. We do Sunday night family meeting. I just want to kind of give a state of the union Sunday night family meeting of what the week looks like. And we've done an episode on that too, deep dive. But then we allocate our time that week. First priority kids. Kids, what do you need mom and dad at that really matters to you? We want to be at those things for you. And we always pick up our kids from school. One of us do. We try to always tuck our kids in every night. We
Even when we're tired.
even when we're tired. We try to end the day in prayer. Like we're eyes closed, usually on the pillow, completely half asleep, and try to end the day in prayer. In the morning, we do a lot of different things. You and I are both on different health journeys. And that's been a real struggle, I would say, in our 30s and 40s. You've been hit with an autoimmune disease.
Mhm.
I feel like weight and headaches and all that has been like a yo-yo up and down. It's just so hard when you're having babies. Like you gain weight and you lose weight, gain weight, lose weight. And so even just for me, I've been this summer on a super intentional health journey. And so
Super disciplined. Like,
s-
way to go. Yeah.
very, it's like one of the hardest things
And
is
this is,
just
just to be clear, there's no weird medication or anything.
no,
You're like
all
eating
natural.
right and doing well. And I would commend you for that because you're like nearly
Mm,
40 days in of just really being disciplined.
40 days in. Yeah.
Today's 40. Way to go.
With 38, but 40, yep, when this comes out. And I was just going to say it's disciplined decision to say what kind of energy, stamina, and health do I want to show up for my family for years to come. And so yeah, I'm just being very, very intentional so that I can be healthy and I can run with my kids and play with them even longer for the years to come.
Yeah.
But
Well, we're talking about rhythms and kind of where we at right now, right?
yeah.
So kids' ages and things. I just want to speak real quick because this is, August. Summer is amazing. Like we practiced what we preached. We made some incredible experiences with our kids. Very intentional, like bucket list trip with your parents as well too. Like no regrets. So happy we did it and like lived that out. And but at the same time, like there's a beauty of summer. Like Mark Buchanan says, this incredible pastor and thinker and leader, and he says, like there are more blueberries in summer than all the wild animals can eat. Like there's this abundance and overflow and long daylight, and the sun goes down at like 9 p.m. at night. And it's awesome. And it's amazing. And when I looked back, it was like so many times this summer, we're like, it's 11:45 and we're all six still awake here. And like Mindy and I have the kids are good and they've got football and
And they get to
weights and
sleep
things.
in.
But it's like they can sleep in a little bit, but we got to get up and get after it. And so like there's a part of summer that's amazing and then a part of summer that's also exhausting, like honestly. And so I'm really pumped for the rhythm of the school year kicking off soon. And there's probably a lot of parents in that same boat. And so one hand you like celebrate the freedom of summer, and then the other hand it's like the rhythms are good. And so we're right on the verge of getting back into that where we have more predictable bedtimes, more predictable like wake up, more predictable blocks of time where we aren't with the kids so we
We're
can
not the
do some
activity
of the work
director.
things we love. So to be very clear, I'm a family man first, then a businessman. You are a family woman first, and then a businesswoman, an incredible one at that, right? But it's a change of season, like right now, and as far as the rhythm of things. So we've loved the summer rhythm. It's been fun in a lot of ways. But we're also about to get into that 9 months of like school year rhythm and things for our family.
Well, and we're just wrapping up here thinking about like we've evaluated what we want to participate in. And some of those conversations led to quitting some things.
Yeah.
Like we decided this year, hey, we need to maybe quit a few of these things because I want to go after a few of these things.
Like we aren't quitters, but on occasion we strategically quit things.
Yeah, and we say, "Hey, what do we don't need to be involved in that anymore. Let's pull back." Because as we've pulled back, we have some pretty exciting things that are being presented to us. And so I'm like, we can't say yes to some exciting things unless we pull back. And so I would say, even to challenge our listeners, and they're going to have a whole downloadable to help them reflect too. But ask yourself, like, let's stop and not just keep going a million miles an hour. What are the things we're really on mission to do? What aligns with those things? And before the school year starts, maybe decide, should we pull out of some things and say yes to some other things? Because what's on your heart? Like, if you're doing something out of drudgery or obligation, I think it's a moment to reevaluate your participation.
Yeah.
So it's just like
And I want
Bob
to.
Goff says, he says, I
Bob says I quit something every Thursday,
and
and
whether that's unsubscribing from an email or whatever, I just think it's really redemptive to think, yes, quit some things, call back your time, use it just for the best things, because we could all do so many good things.
yeah. And real quick, if people are in their like 30s, 40s, early 50s, it's this season, like you said, where you want to produce and build something and like accomplish something, and that is okay. But on the other hand, like when we have stepped away from something or quit something for the sake of our kids or our marriage, that's always the right call. So I just want to encourage people listening too, like if they're wrestling with should I not, like I don't think you'll ever regret like giving something up if you're actually being intentional to use that time or space or energy to redirect towards cultivating your marriage and your family.
Correct.
You know,
Yeah. So as we just close up today, I just want to say, pause if you have an anniversary coming up. Pause, have these thoughts, have these conversations. And even if you don't have an anniversary coming up, I mean, right before the school year starts, it's a great time to really evaluate, like, where do I stand here? And what are we both feeling like we need to have a yes to and a no to? Just a good time to get on track together again and create some of those healthy habits. And then, like I said, our heart really is for this whole podcast and show for the working dual income parents that are trying to do it all. So, if that's you, or if you know someone that needs this type of content, please spread the word for us, because we really want to encourage you guys, help you feel normal, but also give you the right tools to get out of some of those bad rhythms so that you can have a happier marriage and a more solid family life. So,
yeah.
that's really our heart.
And in today's show, check out the show notes, everybody, because we have a great resource for you. Um, Use it at your anniversary, use it on your next date night, but it's a reflective tool that you can download for free. Okay, so check out the show notes. But it's just going to help you, give you a little bit of framework and structure on like how can you take some time to pause and reflect on like what's working, what's not, and some ways to make sure you keep things restored in your marriage and in your time together. Because you and I, like, you have to fight oftentimes for a date night or for time together. And then when you get there, you're like, okay, how do we have a plan for our conversation instead of just looking at each other exhausted? So it's a great tool. And I think that'll really help some
Yeah, you can
folks as
just
they,
click the link below. But we really appreciate you guys. Again, we are so loving the direction that this is headed, and we want to celebrate with you. High five. First of all, high five Jordan, 20 years,
yes,
and high five
absolutely.
you guys, 100 episodes with hopefully many more to come. We'll see you next time on the Something New Show.
Thanks for watching.